Ooh. Okay, good evening from America. Good night in Liberia. Good day wherever you're watching from other parts of the world. Welcome to Let's Chat with Senator Darius Dillon from America. I'm trying to share this podcast on my other page so that we can get to chat briefly. I hope you're hearing me. I hope you're hearing me loud and clear. I hope the sound is okay. I'm in my hotel room and I got to moderate my voice, the pace of my voice. I got to do it in a very responsible way so I do not come across as disturbing the others in the room, in their rooms. Welcome to Chat with me, your Homo servant. You know I'm in America. Came to say thank you to you, those of our friends and supporters in America, Liberians across America. We came to say thank you to you, even those of you who didn't support us. We are your senator. We are senator for all of us. We came to say thank you, and to as well as rally support for our people, our programs to benefit our people in our country. I'm hearing some issues back home from Liberia, which I want to speak to. Our Detroit town hall on Sunday, except of that town hall engagement, is on the news in Liberia. I want to thank OKFM for following us. It's all about Liberia, and it's all about Liberians. I wanted to make something clear first before I proceed further. Don't mind the sweater on me, you know, easy. You know, coming to America, you know why Eddie Murphy coming to America? The corner, you see. Right now I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in, okay, Yasini, I will catch you later. I couldn't come on your show. I don't know why the icon button was not on, but we'll still do that tomorrow. I'm here. We'll do that tomorrow. Yasini, I know you're driving now. I'll catch you later, darling. If you watch Coming to America, it's not easy. Coming to America also, even though I've been here before, lived here for a while, but I can never get used to the core. So when you see me all jacked up, you must know that it's not easy. I get everything on, stay up, put heater on here. Yeah, God is good. He knows why He didn't give Liberia that kind of weather. Went away. Yeah. I wanted to make something clear. I have said this before. We are not on agricultural break. For God in heaven's sake. We are not on agricultural break. The thing about agricultural break was a law. It was part of the legislative act, the legislative law of Liberia. During those days, lawmakers would work for 6 months and take 6 months agricultural break. Most of the boys then, during the Totman Turbo era, most of the boys have found somehow So the legislature will work for 6 months from January to July and take 6 months break. The boys will go on the farm. Some of them will go make their garden. They were engaged with agriculture somehow. So in the legislative law of Liberia, they provided for agriculture break. And this went on until under the Dillon administration. Under the Dillon administration, the UP administration, headed by President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, when the law was amended from agriculture break to constituency break and reduced the time from 6 months to 3 months to take effect from October to January. And that the legislature will extend the regular sitting as the need will arise. But if there was no need, the legislature would take constituency break from October to January. And during that period, it was the period for us, or lawmakers, to meet up with their constituents, and report back to the people, hear from the people, know what the people want. Otavius give me, leave me, man. I do my social habit, you know that one. I can't leave it be. Yeah. So during this period, the constituency break is the period which we go to interact with our people, report to them what we've done during the period we're sitting, and to ask them what their aspirations are. Because it is you, the people, we are representing or should be representing. It is not ourselves. When we represent you properly, we have properly, equally represented ourselves. When we represent only ourselves, then we have not represented you at all. Before I talk about properly represented you. Whenever we represent only ourselves, seek only our interest, then we have not properly represented you. In fact, we have not represented you at all. So it is you that we're representing. So when we represent you well, then by extension, we have represented ourselves as well. Everybody cannot be in the chambers of the Capitol building. That is why the people go to election to elect one person from a county, or 2 persons from each county, and 1 person each from each district, to go and represent them, the people, not to represent ourselves. So the break we are on is not agricultural break. I see some people, especially my friends from the opposition to me, they only see me, oh, Dillon, you ought to be on your farm, the agricultural break, you're not on your farm. No. Dear friends who think like that, go and read the law. The new law passed under Dillon administration talks about constituency break and not agricultural break. Not everybody get farm. Not everybody have garden. Yeah. So we are on constituency break, and we are in America as well to meet with our constituents, our supporters, our friends. It's also a period where you can sit and reflect on your past sitting as to what you did well or good for the people, where you erred, where you slipped, how you represented the people, so that the people's interest can be foremost. So that's a break on, and I'm thankful to God. I want to thank our diaspora committee, the Friends of Dillon in the diaspora, especially in America, for arranging our travel to America. Emmanuel Yato as chairman, Yasini, George Lobo, Lofa Julius, Eva Sa, Makam Boyu, Christopher Dennis in Canada, all of you. Sometimes I would just be calling Emmanuel Yato name as chairman of the diaspora committee, so that other people don't feel left out, because I can't call everybody's name. But I will always say thank you to all of you. You are a great people. We're doing well together. It is because of you we exist, and it is because of you we'll continue to fight for our people home and abroad. I want to thank you. We met with our people in Dallas, Detroit. No, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. That was the first leg of our tour. And the great people, Liberians in Detroit, were very kind to us, very receptive, welcoming. We had a great town hall gathering. We explained to our people to the best of our ability. We may not have said everything they wanted to hear, but we tried as much to be truthful. Sometimes the truth is not what some people want to hear, but say it because it is the truth. Nothing wrong saying the truth, even if it hurts. So we probably didn't say some things that some people wanted to hear, but we simply said the truth for everybody to hear the truth and know the reality. So my people, for God in heaven's sake, we are not on agricultural break. There is nothing in the legislature they call agricultural break. It is called constituency break, the annual constituency break, where we're supposed to be in our communities, in our county, where if you are a senator, or in the district if you are a representative, and if you have to leave Liberia, to leave your people, you must be leaving for a just cause. And for a cause that will benefit back home, and as well as the people or Liberians who are not in Liberia. Because if we solicit their views, ask for their support, and we did well back home, it will inspire them, encourage them to also do more. And there are some people who want to pack to go home. We have the responsibility to make back home better for them. While they are supporting the effort, we have the responsibility to make back home better and encouraging for them to go home. I've come across a lot of Liberians, some in Detroit, they want to go home. But we are not creating the environment to encourage them to go home. They put us in power. They gave us government authority. They gave us constitutional authority as national policy makers to craft policies, implementable, workable policies for their interests, for their good. And we owe it to them. As national leaders, we owe it to them. All of you know that President Weah is making every effort to get the legislature back into session for the sole purpose of wanting to print money. I am not an economist. I don't even claim to be one. I don't have a college degree in almost anything. I cannot compete maybe professionally with people who have wrestled with economic and financial issues. But I'm a senator that has a vote that would determine whether the people will suffer or whether they will benefit. And my vote to determine whether we should print money will be informed, considering the plight of our people and the situation at hand with our economy. Before I vote, yes. For now, my vote is an adamant no. Let me repeat. For now, whether I'm in session when George Weah called or back to session, whether I'm not there, right now, my vote is an adamant no. For the following reasons. 1, we have a situation where $16 billion of our money is either missing or is not missing. Only the people in charge of our finances can tell us. We have a situation where $16 billion of our money is either missing or not missing. Only the people at central bank the people in authority especially at Central Bank, and the people in authority at the Ministry of Finance, and the economic management team headed by Mr. President Weah, and the technical aspect of the economic management team headed by the Minister of Finance can tell us where our money. Until somebody can tell me reasonably, logically, what happened to the $16 billion, I cannot vote yes to print new money. Because there is a very likelihood that if we don't know where the $16 billion is, we may not ever get to know where the $35 billion will go. I cannot vote yes. Compounded is the 25 million US dollars that was allegedly infused into the economy for the purpose of removing excess Liberian dollars from the market. When they're removing something excess, it means it's plenty, it's surplus, it's overflowing. So they want to remove that overflowing portion, the excess, to bring it at an equilibrium, or something that go in connection with what the circular flow should be of money. Now, you cannot infuse $25 million to remove excess Liberian dollars from the market and claim to be that process was successful. Then we can find the Liberian dollars that you claim to have removed from the market. Where is it? For God in heaven's sake, how can I vote yes to printing additional money or new money, replacing the money completely with new one? They say they want to demonetize the current currency, the current money. My understanding is to demonetize means to make the current money not valid, illegal, and it should not be in the market. To put it blunt, that means we're removing the old one. We will demonetize it, meaning you can't use it for a medium of exchange. It means the one we may print will be the new money now will infuse into the economy, into circular flow. That will be the legal tender of Liberia. I cannot vote yes for that. Under no condition. I cannot vote yes for that. Until President Weah, Nathaniel Petrie, or the folks in authority at the Central Bank, and Mr. Samuel Tuer, the Minister of Finance, can tell us, the Liberian people, logically, credibly, what happened to the $16 billion. And it is a lesser argument for anybody to bring Ellen Johnson Sirleaf name in here. Oh, Ellen printed the money. Yeah, Ellen cooked the food. She left it in the kitchen. She turned the kitchen over to George Weah. And she told him that food was in the kitchen and were inserting dishes. Where the food? Where the dishes? Ellen print money. Ellen print money. Yes, Ellen printed money was wrong. It violated the Constitution. It is my view she should not even be walking scot-free. But George Weah didn't know what they did with the money, so they can't go for Ellen, who illegally printed money. Somebody illegally printed money and somebody came and illegally ate it. So the two walking together. You know, there's a portion in the Bible that says in Amos, the two cannot walk unless they agree. George Weah and Ellen, they're walking together because they agree. George Weah agreed. In fact, George Weah was a senator when the money was printed. He did not say a word. He did not say a word. Mr. Imaya Yato, welcome, Chief. Welcome, Mr. Chairman. I recognize you. Please hold on 1 second. I hear knock on my door. Maybe the room service or somebody came to me. So please hold on 1 second. Let me get to the door. Who's it? Who's it? Yeah, come back. Let's live here.
We saw it?
Yeah.
For the woman's one, I can't hear you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like you sleep over here, I still look red.
Yeah. I'm doing live videos. So anything you're tired will get inside.
We saw it.
You can't let people see her. Oh. I got some men.
Well, just wave and move.
Yeah, just wave. People see you in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, in Arlington. And you see the men? Now my security men here, trap me. These are family, good friends, good brothers. So yes, we cannot give approval to printing money. Senator Nyomdi Kanga Lawrence. I look up to Oscar Cooper, Sandro Johnson, Daniel Nathan, Komine Wisa, and few of them. Before we went on break, some senators have already signed the resolution to give approval for printing money. I've never heard in my quote-unquote third grade life where government can print money because they won't pay civil servant salary. If we will print money for paying civil servants, they won't get roads in the country. So why don't we just print money to construct our roads? The way our health system is not vibrant, it's not resilient. Why don't we print money to upgrade our health system? If you can just print money for any reason, like the theory being brought by George Weah, then President Weah and his government, as posted by Representative Akaris Gray. Why don't we just print money so we can elevate the standard in our public schools and make them free for our citizens from kindergarten to 12th grade? So they don't be begging us for school fees, as if to say they should be beggars, as if to say we as national leaders don't have a responsibility to educate them. Education is a human right. Education is also a constitutional issue. It is upon us as national leaders to ensure we provide education, and not just free education, but free education with quality, so that our people can get educated and can compete on quality, not just free school. So Senator Nyomdi Kanga Lawrence, we will not vote yes to print money until the Minister of Finance and the government are asking us to give approval to print money, until they can account to us for the 16 billion Liberian dollars and the 25 million US dollars. We not give our approval. So whether I'm in Liberia or not, my vote is already no. It's no. The government argues that no money is missing. If the money is not missing, then where is it? On the 1st of October 2018, 10 months into President Weah's government, with a central bank governor appointed by President Weah, Nathaniel Petrie reported to Liberia and the world that the $16 billion that was printed was received by central bank, and that it went through the central bank system and they can account for it. Where is it? Where is it? Upon our return in January to regular session, we will lobby and impress upon plenary to invite, in fact not invite because invitation comes with honor, we should summon Mr. Nathaniel Petrie. In any serious government, current and past government officials can be summoned before the legislature for hearing. Nathaniel Petrie spoke to this country and signed a release to the effect that the $16 billion that was printed, no money was missing, and that the central bank received it, and it could be accounted for through the central bank system. In that very release on the 1st of October 2018, Mr. Petrie went further to say some of the money was even in the vault at the central bank vault at Warsaw. Yes. So where is the money? Now let me come to my colleagues in the Senate. Woe unto any of you who will return to give George Weah the authority to print money without first demanding report, credible report. Woe unto you. Don't vote to increase the suffering of the people. If we don't take care, printing money now, recklessly, without any good thoughts, without putting structural adjustments and system into place, without changing some personnel at the central bank and at the finance ministry, without dissolving the technical economic management team to restructure it to resemble something or be something realistic and ready to do the job. When you vote yes to print money now, you are voting yes to increase the suffering of the people. They didn't elect you for you to increase the suffering. They already suffering. We were elected to alleviate their suffering. We were not elected to increase their suffering. When we vote to print money, those of us who are highly placed in government, like senators and president, we may not feel it. We may not feel it. Somehow. But because we may not feel it, does that mean our people will not feel it? Don't vote to increase the suffering on your people. Don't do it. The Constitution says in Article 32B that the legislature, when we're sitting in regular session, we can extend our session, our stay in session, or the president can request us to extend our stay before we take our constituency break. That is a regular thing. And the Constitution, Article 32B, expressly and deliberately used the word regular sitting. It means we have returned to session from January and we're supposed to close in October. Any extension between there is regular. The Constitution says when we adjourn for our constituency break in keeping with law, for us to be called back by the president or for us to call ourselves back, the Constitution says it is extraordinary sitting. Extraordinary sitting. And when we go to do extraordinary sitting, it must be for national emergency and national concern. And that national emergency, let me stretch it. That national emergency should have existed or crept while we were on break, for which reason we can be called back. The money issue was already in existence. This money issue was already happening before we went to break. It is no national emergency that has occurred immediately after we went to break. We, on the day we were closing, announced to Liberia and the world that we were not going to give approbation to printing money from the Liberian Senate pending our return to regular session in January. For anybody to allow President Weah to recall them to session, how is confirming people a national emergency? How is being recalled to session, extraordinary session, to go past on some concession agreement? How is it a national emergency? How? Why do we seek to violate the Constitution that is supposed to guide us? That's supposed to make us a vibrant society and a democracy? Why? I'm calling on CPP legislators from Unity Party, Liberty Party, and let me be blunt. From Liberty Party, I trust Nyomdi Kanga Lawrence. I'm not portraying myself to be no angel here. I don't trust Jonathan Kapia. I'm not too comfortable with my chairman, Steve Zago. I'm not comfortable. I can't go to bed sleeping and believe and rely and be confident that he won't do otherwise. I hope he can prove me wrong. I will be happy. The country will be happy. The collaborating political parties from the leadership of the 4 parties, we are having meetings. We are almost there. We will be making a petition to the legislature should majority of the members of the legislature decide to go back to extraordinary session. The CPP will be making a statement on the grounds of the Capitol building to us from the CPP and the legislature in general not to give approbation to printing money. It is not economically sound. It's not healthy. Imagine just where they say they want replace, they want change the money to demonetize the current currency and replace it with new one. What's the system put in place? Somebody has 5,000 Liberian dollars in their whole life. They live somewhere way in the village where there is no bank. You want a person to change their money, they got to come to town. Transportation to come to town and go back will probably be more than that person on the savings of 5,000 Liberian dollars. Somebody in the village, somewhere far, where you can even have internet service. No road to reach there. No banking system there. You say you want to change the money. What are the systems? What are the mechanisms put in place to reach those people? Who are going to carry to them? That two of them will carry money to them. Jihad carry $25 million to Nugutan, to the 12, to Samuel 12 Foreign Exchange Bureau, and no accountability today. Are we serious? Are we serious? I don't think we are. And so, I will not vote to print money. I am aware that majority will make the decision. And if the majority makes the decision, and the decision goes the other way, it is what democracy is about. We live with the consequences, but history will judge, and posterity will judge. But it's not going to be more than 2-3 months when the exchange rate will reach almost 500, if not 1,000 to 1. If we carelessly, recklessly, without proper thoughts and systems, structures put in place for printing money. The country is so economically challenged. It's so tough. The government finding money by any and every means to the point where it is depriving ordinary citizens from collecting 100% of their money that their families sending to them through Western Union and MoneyGram. They're compelling people to open an account in the bank so that 25% of their money can remain in the bank, and they can just the fiscal indiscipline attitude in us as government, so they can go collect the people money. The government owe commercial banks in the excess of over 400 million. That the people pour 25%, they want to pour, constrain them, compel them to keep in the bank so they can go collect it. If this government, under President Weah, can go collect donor international people money from central bank without any conscience, no fear, the international community had to write and demanded our government out of shame to go put their money back and never do it again. If they can do it to the international community. What do you think about you, the ordinary Liberian? Your 25% is for them to go collect it. And then when you go for it, they say the system down. The system is almost never down when government want money from central bank or the commercial banks by any and every means. The system is almost always down when you, the ordinary people, go collect your money. It is just so sad. It's so sad, and we should not allow it. We should not allow it. I have a meeting with Liberty Party USA branch. We're trying to rejuvenate. We're trying to increase the vigor in our people. We're trying to inspire them into waking up. They've been doing their best as well, but we as leaders of the party, the national leadership in Liberia, we want to join ranks with them so that they can know that their efforts won't go in vain. And so we're going to hold a meeting with our political leader, Senator Nyobli Kanga Lawrence, who is also here. They are already practically prepared for the meeting. So I'm going to shut this discussion down to go to attend the meeting. The able-bodied man you saw over me, They came to bodily take me out of there to go to the meeting. And so I have to go. Tomorrow morning, God willing, I should be in the DC area. From there, I'm coming to Baltimore. I have some meetings which will not be made public for good reasons. I have some meetings, won't be made public. We're hoping that the results will be felt. And while in Baltimore, I will stay there, and then we'll do the Maryland Town Hall meeting on the 14th. We did the itinerary and posted it already. You can contact the numbers that we posted with Eva Sa and Makan Boyu. I will be in Maryland and the Baltimore area from tomorrow up to Friday. And then I'm off to Dallas, Texas. I'll be in Dallas, Texas up to the 17th. I will be the guest speaker. I will be humbly serving as guest speaker at the ANC Global Convention. I'm happy, honored to have received that invitation from the ANC to serve as guest speaker. And I gladly accepted to mount that podium in the spirit of our collaboration. We wish ANC well, like we wish UP and ALP well. We want each party to grow so that we can grow in number and strength to continue to grow the umbrella of the collaboration. Liberty Party, like I said, we're going to our meeting right now. We'll sit with our political leader. We'll sit with Ambassador Murphy, who is head of the Liberty Party USA chapter. And so that we want Liberty Party diaspora chapter to go global, whether you're in Canada, Australia, or London, or America, or China, or wherever you are out of Liberia. We'll do Liberty Party global. And then my schedule, my itinerary is already up. But this week is what I'm telling you about. Beginning next week, about Saturday or Sunday, while we are in Dallas, we'll let you know where we're going the following week. So those of you who want to engage with us can know where we will be. The states we're not going to, if you know we are going to a state and it's close by you, we encourage you to take an hour or two drive from where you are so that we can meet. We came to say thank you to you, and it would be good to meet as many of you as we can meet. Okay, so thank you. It's one Liberia, it's one love. Let's do it together. Don't give it up on Liberia. Challenging, difficult, discouraging, disappointing as it may be, don't give it up on Liberia. God bless you. Bye-bye.